In a quiet, dusty village, surrounded by small mud houses and narrow streets, there lived a donkey. He was not strong like a horse. He was not fast like a camel, but he had something rare. He had a kind heart. Every morning before the sun fully rose, he was already awake. While others were still sleeping peacefully, he was carrying sacks of grain, bundles of wood, and heavy boxes from one corner of the village to another. If someone needed help, he never refused. If someone called his name, he immediately walked toward them. "Just one more load," they would say. "You are the strongest donkey in this village," they would add with a smile. And those words, those small praises, made him continue. Day after day, week after week, the loads became heavier, the roads became longer, but appreciation became smaller. Slowly, people stopped saying thank you. They stopped noticing the sweat on his face, the shaking of his legs, the tiredness in his eyes. Helping became expected. Sacrifice became normal. Whenever he tried to rest, someone would shout, "Why are you sitting? We need you!" And because he didn't want to disappoint anyone, he stood up again. He carried everyone's burdens, but no one carried his. One hot afternoon, under the burning sun, they loaded him more than ever before. Heavy wooden crates, large sacks of food, tools and supplies stacked higher than his back could handle. He took a deep breath. He tried to move, 1 step, 2 steps, and then his legs gave up. He collapsed onto the dusty road. The same people who always called him strong now stood around him, frustrated. What happened to him? Why is he being lazy today? Not one of them asked if he was hurt. Lying there on the ground, feeling the weight still pressing against his body, he finally understood something painful. He was valued for what he could carry, not for who he was. And in trying to help everyone, he had forgotten himself. That evening, as the sun slowly disappeared behind the hills, he made a decision. He would still be kind, but he would not destroy himself to please others. The next morning, when someone asked him to carry more than he could handle, he gently stepped back. For the first time in his life, he said no. Some were surprised, some were angry, but slowly they learned. Respect began where boundaries were drawn. The donkey still worked, he still helped, but now he rested when he was tired. He carried only what he could manage, and something beautiful happened. He became stronger, not just in body, but in spirit, because he finally understood a powerful truth. Helping others is noble, but losing yourself in the process is not kindness, it is self-neglect. Remember this. You can be a good person without being everyone's burden bearer. You can be kind without being used. And sometimes, the most important help you can give